Squad, what's happening, guys? FOMC today, volatility incoming. We spoke about downside this week. We have started to get downside. I still think there's a bit more downside. I think the question is, are we going to do it before FOMC, or is FOMC going to create that downside? Once we get to the next area, I am looking at a bounce, and I'm looking at a little bit of buying power coming in. And again, I think there's a lot of opportunities to trade in the market right now. So I have gone full trading mode. It's actually quite crazy. The last 2 nights, I slept with my laptop next to me, which is not the key, but I needed to get that feeling again. I had to get things moving. So not only are we going to go through FOMC numbers today, we do have numbers coming up. Obviously, big volatility. I think the big question we want to ask ourselves is, are we going to see a drop in Bitcoin dominance, right? That's a big thing we would like to see from FOMC, is to basically start reversing the dominance. It has done it for us multiple times before. But as you could see here, the previous expression was 4.25. That's what we got. Today, we're expecting a 4%. Right, so if it is as expected, we can see a nice little trap. I'll speak about the trap. Obviously, if the number is better, we will see a nice, strong reaction. And if it's higher, it's still a V shape, a drop V shape. We will soon see if the market starts pre-dumping FOMC. I think that's the big question. Or do we pump into it? Then I want to speak about trade setups, and I also want to specifically speak around the trading that I have been doing. I think it's great education. Spoke about the shorts. I want to speak about what else has happened. I did make not an error. I did well with taking the shorts, but I do want to speak to you guys about, when you get things right, the account's starting to grow nicely. Things are starting to shift up. But the big shift that we have to make is looking at what we are still doing wrong, because sometimes you can not be lucky, but you can, right? And that's the important thing. And what I started to notice yesterday, when the trade went correct, and I put a story out that I've TP'd out and things like that, right? There was a gambler's mentality that kicked in very quickly, right? And there's a very fine line between being a gambler and being a trader. And I want to go through exactly what I mean around that. Counter's growing good, but doesn't mean that I did everything correct, right? And that's the important thing that I want to shift going forward. How can I improve things when things are going good? Sometimes a little bit of luck, sometimes a little bit of opportunity. That's cool. And things went well. The short was amazing. Okay, but the way I started reacting after I started going a little bit gambler's mentality, now I'm back in. I went long in the market. I went long on this specific token. I want to show you guys why and all these type of things. But I think if I can take you down the roadmap with me as I'm thinking, as I'm growing accounts, you'll start to see that we all kind of think a little bit similar and all these certain things come in. But gambler versus trader, one of the most important things to control in your journey. So guys, missed you all. Hope you're having a great day. Yes, volatility today, but let's take opportunity and we get to breathe another day. Let's do it. Let's go.
I try and help everyone in my space, and this is what I get. I try and fight the devils, but inside I'm just like 𝗧𝗏𝗍𝗱. Welcome to Sheldon Show.
Yo, fam, what's happening, guys? Hit the like up. Okay, guys, I got a couple of giveaways today. What I need from you guys is I'm soon moving over, and we got to sub up, right? So go type in Sniper Trading on YouTube. I give you permission to leave right now and go do it. I will give away 5 Bitfunders when we hit 10,000 subscribers on the stream, right? I'll even give away money, right, on the stream as well. Let's get to 10,000 subs on this channel. I'm moving over soon. I need to get the subs pumping nice and strong. 9,400 is very good for first month, but I need to get it to 10,000. So go and sub up. I give you permission right now to go and do that, and then get back, and then we continue. This is where I'm moving. This is where things are starting to shift. Cool, guys. Okay. Account is up. Where am I? Close to $30,000. I was a little bit above. I'm going to speak to you guys about where I went wrong. I am long in this token right now. And again, why, for me, the token is moving beautifully. It is showing me nice patterns. The volume's good on this token. So I'm kind of sticking with the token, right? I always speak around, if you want to get good at trading, get good at lap time with a specific car. You don't have to change cars every day. If you change cars every day, you got to get used to the car. You got to understand how the clutch works, understand the throttle. There's a bunch of different things. If you start to catch rhythm with the coin and the coin is giving you the percentage that you want, just keep going with that coin. right? You start to get comfortable with the patterns. You start to get comfortable with things. And I'm talking trading specific. When you want to turn $1,000 into something, right? You want to make money. These type of things, that's the important thing to understand over here. So I'm currently just trading this token, Zcash. It's one of the most volatile tokens in the markets. I am going to be moving off of it 2 more trades and I'll be off of this token, just because the volatility, as your account starts to grow, you got to be very careful with still trading the volatile token, right? Your money's growing now. So then I'll start moving to a little bit of the, not slower, but a little bit more to the conservative side, as I want to now, you know, get from 20 to 50 to 100 and start building my way up. But I want to go through the whole journey. So let's first start off quickly with FOMC. So we spoke about pullback this week. Bitcoin did start to hit the CME. The CME is still not 100% closed. It looks like there's still more down around the 110, 111. Bitcoin rejected. We did speak around the rejection. Yesterday, we pumped into it. I told you guys that we're looking for a drop, right? So we had this trend in play. And I said, guys, I'm looking for the lower high. And I said, basically, anywhere here will start to drop. We did go a little bit higher. We hit the liquidity. And then we lost the trend and dropped. Right, as it stands right now, not a tremendous amount of support of where we are with Bitcoin right now. So it's very likely that we should still see a little bit more downside. It does look like there's a lot of support and liquidity sitting between the 110 and the 112,000. Right, so that for me is still a little bit of a magnet. I think the question is, are we going to do it before FOMC or are we going to do it after FOMC? Right, that's the question. That's how we kind of got to prepare ourselves. Now, again, we won't know that direct answer now until time goes by. Right, things start to shift and start to move. But I do think we can prepare the charts and understand where we're at, right? And certain things we have to pay attention to. So if we jump in this over here, the very simple tools that I'm using on Bitcoin right now is I put in the bottom momentum trend. So we made a higher low from the low we made on the crash. Okay, then we made a higher low after that, and that is my momentum line. Then as Bitcoin increased, you basically increase your momentum. So if a token is starting to move like this and then starts to speed up, you kind of want to match that speed up, right? So if that was the original and then we start to speed up, right, you kind of want to start matching that. What tends to happen is if we tend to start to lose this momentum trend, we tend to go to the next trend. And that's where we're kind of looking for bounces, right? So as it stands right now, we did break this trend yesterday and now we're starting to make our way to the downside. And still giving me a little bit of an idea, okay, that we are not far from a bounce. Remember what I spoke about when it comes to where we're at right now? We are still sitting in this bottom phase, which is the bear phase, right? But for me, I think we have started here, right? We've already had the first fake pump. We already had the second one, right? We then started to trail down a little bit like this. And then we started this pump, and I still said, guys, a little bit more time, right? That crash was big, and it needs time to digest. So it's not just going to recover straight away. Right? If you just zoom out, it could recover. Like if the dump happened last month, a month or two later, it can recover. Yes, sure. But to recover in 10 days, 14 days, you know, it doesn't work like that because this is just emotions that is not filled with confidence. Right? So people are not confident in the market, not confident in these type of things. So that tends to take on a little bit longer. But I do think we are starting to get to the, I'll say about the 20-30% left section over here. And then we should start seeing a bit of a catch up, right? Bulls to respond. When the bears come into play, we are paying attention to a couple things. First thing we're paying attention to, right? Where are we here? Oh, $31,700. Interesting. I want to speak about the trade. I'm in a long. Guys, sub. Let's go. Get it up. Okay. Wow. Nice. Go. Go. Keep going. Go. I need to buy my friend Michael hair for Christmas. Okay. Let's jump in to the charts again. Okay. Here. Pop in. You guys literally asked me a question. If I do well in the bull market, will I buy my bald friend's hair? That was a question I got on social media. Yes, I'm buying my thing. Yes, of course. I will definitely buy all my friends' hair and even change their hair color if they want, no problem. Even Dylan, the other host, I'll buy him hair too. Imagine Dylan with a comb over. I think it'll look absolutely incredible. So back to this again. I do think we're getting to this area here. So I think this bounce is quite important, right? For now, what's it important for? It's important to just keep dollar costing for longer term bags, right? When it comes to trades, I'm kind of still just trading. I'm longing, I'm shorting, I'm longing, I'm shorting, right? I'm literally just moving with the model here and going. Okay, but at some point, once we crack through the top, things will speed up pretty quickly. And what happens is this wall here becomes a very big shorting wall. The same way I'm shorting, right? I told you guys I'm shorting. That's what a lot of the market's doing. Same thing, right? Shorting. But we know that even previously when the markets were going up, longing was making money, but at some point it comes to an end, right? Same thing with shorting. Short, boom, smashed, right? So the markets always, does not matter which direction you are trading, it's always going to come for you at some point, right? That's why compounding can also be quite a little bit of a trap, right? Compounding, building your accounts and not taking money out, these type of things. So I'm one trade away here from really pulling money out. After that, you'll see that every trade I make, money will be taken out. I'll even take out a bunch of money for a backup account that I just have as a spare account. So you'll see right now it's about building, but then we get to this preserves and all these different strategies that we pay attention to. So here, guys, as it stands, there's two plays. So let's quickly go through CPI. I think it's the lower percentage that's bullish, right? Let's see. If it comes expected, what tends to happen, we shall see today. But if we start pumping, what will tend to happen is we will pump, drop, and then start recovering. Right? We've seen this many times with FOMC. That will be on an actual, maybe even a higher number, maybe even a bullish number, right? We'll see. The next thing, though, because I do see we're losing short-term trend here, is we actually dump. So we start dumping, pre-dump like this, and then we get going. Right? This, for me, is also something if we start pulling back down into FOMC. We'll see, obviously, as markets are waking up. I was having a look at stock markets. Let's go see. Right? Stock markets has lost a shorter-term trend. Okay, so as it stands right now, it is short-term bearish. Okay, so it is giving us an insight of something like that. Right, that play, this is where supports are sitting right now. We did start to lose those trends. We must keep that in mind, that stock markets are showing a little bit of weakness on the short time frame right now. So those are the two plays. Let's go back to Bitcoin here. That's the two plays for me. Both of them are kind of resulting in us dropping to the zone. The third one, which is bullish, I'd have to see something absolutely like that to go bull straight away. Until then, this is kind of the magnet zone that I'm paying attention to. So push up. Let's say we pump into it, drop like this and go, okay? Or we down, drop, go, right? Rocket through. Remember, with trading, I'm going to be out of trades, right? By the time we get to FOMC, it's not worth it. I am, however, trading in the Bitcoin, the 𝗬𝗘𝗏𝗧𝗏 competition tonight. But I'm just going to tell you this very straight. It's gambling. It's red or black. Right, there's no doubt about it. So I'm gonna trade tonight, but take it with a pinch of salt. You know, where has my trading become powerful? My trades become powerful when I started timing and not chasing, right? Where tonight it's like, oh, we only have, firstly, it's a volatile stage. Secondly, we're putting a time limit. Oh, we have an hour and a half to trade. That's where I'm very, you'll have good streaks and bad streaks, but to be a consistent great trader like that, you know, for me, it's, I know, okay, time, my trade will be ready in 3 hours. That's when I'm really good. But it's going to be some fun. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight on the 𝗬𝗏𝗏. Let's see how that all goes. Bitcoin dominance. I spoke about the spike. We started spiking yesterday, so your altcoins dropped a bit more. And same thing, we're nearly there, guys. Anywhere here in this phase, this drop-off starts, right? So we're not too far from a nice little altcoin catch-up. Again, if we do spike down, it's probably likely this pushes up. But I do think over the next couple of days, I think FOMC is actually going to start getting us to the downside on the dominance, right? So you'll just see that your altcoins are a little bit more volatile than Bitcoin right now, okay? But this is still my play, guys. Gave it to you yesterday, still the play. So I don't think that yesterday's dump was it. I do think after this dump, though, massive opportunities, which is cool, okay? But patience, right? Patience is very important. So something like this, drop down here, and then we get going. Then we really start spiking and moving to the upside. Amazing. So again, if you kind of missed the shorts, for example, I would just literally prepare yourself over the next 12 to 24 hours for the longs. Don't chase the shorts now. You missed them, right? For now, maybe it pushes up again. There's opportunity. You're looking for something like that. Cool. But other than that, you missed them. Get ready for the longs. Track down, track down, track down, track down. Wait for it to slow down. Wait for a nice trend. Get ready, right? A lot of long opportunities. When it comes to the alts, they're nearly there. So Sol lost that trend we spoke about yesterday. I told you guys about the shorting opportunity, right? Let me know if any of you guys got it. But now something down here, and then we get going. Then I think there's great longs incoming, guys. Great longs, good amounts of money to be made. If we look at a bunch of coins, a lot of liquidity still sitting lower down. A token, which I think looks really nice, is a Cardano, right, for a trade. It's not ready yet, but remember I told you guys about the simple technique. Put that trend in, okay, at any point, let it bounce. Very nice longs, very nice. Good probabilities of winning the trades. Right now, trade what you are going to win, right? Super, super, super important. So not too much, just showing you guys a lot of the alts have basically started losing these important trends. I love that Doge thing that comes in. Where is that Doge dance? Amazing. Okay, guys, now let's jump into, so again, more downside is where I'm looking to trade more longs. Okay, so I do want to speak a little bit around the trades. I think it's a great time for us to educate ourselves. I'm on a trading mission. I haven't slept my laptop next to me in a very long time. Very interesting how that's all kind of happening right now. It's so cool, so fun, and enjoying. So let's go through it again. Yesterday we were around here. Where were we? Here with the short. Okay, now what happened was a little bit of timing problems started to happen. So concept theory is very cool, but when life happens, you got to kind of learn how to mingle the two together, right? So when that happened yesterday, it was quite clear that it was okay. When this trend breaks, right, I'll basically TP out, right? I'll TP out, these type of things. What happened in that time, though, was I was driving back home for a meeting, right? So I kind of looked and I was quite annoyed at myself because I didn't move my stop loss much. So I moved. There was the initial short that I took. The second attempt, remember, I lost the first one. Okay, I took the short. There was the stop loss. Then I moved the stop loss to above mid-range. So remember when we're here, above mid-range, stop loss. Okay, I left the stop there. I then drove, okay, and I saw on my phone things are moving, but I was like, I can't do anything. I don't have my laptop right now. Okay, but look how beautifully it played out. It ended up going up, missing my stop loss by quite a distance, and then dropping again. Okay, and I sent a message around last night. I put it on, I think it was my Insta and Twitter. So guys, I TP'd out. Right, and I basically TP'd out in these areas over here. Why? We broke up, we retested, we could have easily gone to the upside. Okay, that was cool. Everything here, brilliant. Okay, I ended up with around $30,000 or something on the account. Cool. Then I started messing up. What did I start messing up, right? Is I got back into the longs too quickly. Okay, now this is a gambler's problem. Remember, through your whole journey, you're going to fight the struggle of being a gambler and a trader, right? The moment you go into a gambler, you kind of rely on luck and opportunity. Not so much. You get skilled gamblers as well, right? But you do. You kind of have to have way higher of a risk appetite because you're going to lose as well aggressively. And when you win, you're going to win big. Right? But it's this whole rush period. Oh my gee, I just made $10,000. Amazing. I got to get back in. Let's get the long. Let's make it 50,000 before I go to bed. Right? So I started turning into a money animal in seconds after I took profits. Right? And that's the problem. I started to become this like, oh, we've got to go again. I can get 50,000 before we this. Wow. You know, and all these things started to happen. So what happened was I ended up then taking a long. But I didn't just take a long. I fought. Okay, look at this. Look at these arrows. Right? Look how much I fought. Right? I fought. I went to bed at 2 a.m. this morning. Okay. And I was lower than what I made. So basically I went to 30 and I went to bed with like 27 or 26. So I literally wasted hours of up to 5 hours just because my gambler's mentality kicked in, okay? And I wanted to get straight back in and I wanted to win it again quickly, okay? And this was the mistake. And I remember I already saw the mistake. I already told myself the mistake. And the mistake was quite simple, right? When it came to the, so when this started to drop off, I was like, ah, okay, cool, let's get in. So I started here already. See, when we started breaking trends, I was getting in and got stopped, right? When that happened, I got stopped again, right? I wasn't entering all the money in. I was just putting in 20%, putting a stop, putting in this, putting in that, okay? Where the truth of it though, right, is if I actually zoomed out from the top, and I just want to show you guys this over here. If I took this top trend here, and I know this, right? There's the top. It would have told me trade this morning, right? So I'll show you again. I'll clean the chart up here quickly. Just take it here from the top again. Okay, so where were we? Let's jump in here to the 1 hour of fighting. So again, if I just, again, when this pop happened, I'm like, okay, cool, I'm getting out. But then this thing came into me and I was like, if I just put the trend line in, okay, which I actually did, but in my head, I was convincing myself that it was going to be different this time, right? And what I just ended up doing was sitting until 3 a.m. in the morning fighting trades and literally getting stopped and getting in and doing this again. And I was exhausted. I'm sitting with like 4 hours of sleep today. And I'm like, what the hell was I doing, you know? But it was just so crazy that everything, I was so disciplined. But the moment that the money hit my account, I couldn't stand it. And all of a sudden, I just wanted to like grow it faster. And I just wanted to like absolutely fly back into the market. Okay. So again, it wasn't wrong me fishing here. No, it wasn't wrong me fishing here. Right. But, you know, end of the day, I got to realize then it's a fight if that happens. I could have saved myself so much energy. The area of where I wanted to buy was good, but the timing was crap. Right. The timing was just not good. The trend was saying that this thing is going to chop for hours. Don't waste your time. So remember, guys, as things are happening, we were here together yesterday. This happened. And this is why every candle, every hour that goes by, right, creates a new picture. Without that high yesterday, I would not have had this trend. Okay. But don't forget that. Okay. And then I was basically fighting. Okay, I ended up going to bed at around $26,000. So again, it was around $20,000 to $30,000. Okay, then it came back to around 26. I lost hours. I was exhausted. Okay, and I woke up this morning with 26. And you know what? I woke up this morning and it was the most clearest trade ever. Right, and I was so annoyed because I went to gym yesterday. And I'm so stiff today. Right, but I was like, I need a good night's sleep. Okay, but I just drove myself nuts. So I know it's a lot. I'm just literally putting you through what I just went through last night. Of like, why didn't I just go watch a movie with the wife and go to sleep? Why did I have to do that to myself? And this is the lesson. The lesson is don't exhaust yourself before the trades are available. No more forcing. No more this. Be happy with the win. I made $10,000. How am I not happy, right? Why do I need to make 50 in one night? The trade was still there. Okay, so I gave away 4,000. So let's go back here now. Okay, and just show you guys. So there's the stop. Between these two stops here, I lost $4,000. Oh, thank you. There we go. I lost $4,000. Right? Then I got what we call inside the cut full. I got over it. Okay, and I just TP'd out. Well, not TP'd out. I just got out, and it's on 26,000. I said I'm going to bed. Whatever. Right? I'll see you in the morning. Right? I wake up this morning. I see the trends. Boom. There's the trade. I'm in. Now I'm up $6,000 on the trade. I'm back at $31,000. Okay, but why did I give away $4,000 and not sleep? I could also just be back. You see what I mean? So I just wanted to take you through the process with me of as these things are happening and as they are going, right? That when you TP out, take that breather, get restructure, because I was just painting a picture in my head that was just not there, right? And then I went through those struggles. And you know what, guys? You know what? I was lucky. And I'm going to say it very straight. I was lucky because it could have went worse. The drops could have been bigger. The volatility could have increased. Okay. And I could have lost that whole $10,000. So it literally took me nearly a day to get $10,000. I could have lost it in 4 hours very quickly. And I was lucky. Right. And I don't just mean lucky. I got a bit of experience with stops and handling my mentality quite well, but I was lucky. And imagine how I woke up today and I'm back at $20,000. Mentally, what that does to you. Okay, so the whole rule of the thumb here is as we go back over here into this play here, okay, is you want to be making decisions on the other side of the trend. Okay, so when this is the problem. So we were going down, and then it started doing this. And there was the trend, for example. I was starting to enter trades here. Let's buy, let's prepare. And it was doing this and this and this and this and this, right? Where if I was just a bit more patient, this is the side of the trade you want to open up. This is the side where the miserable and the red emotions are finished and we go to green emotions. That's where you're going to make money and opportunities. So that was the lesson here. And I knew it as I was doing it. How many times, guys? Just hit the like or just pop yes in the chat. How many times do you know you're making the mistake? Like, you know it. Like, Sheldon, you know you're entering here right now. But I'm like, guys, look how much I traded. Like, this is like a lot of effort. Let me show you here. The 5 minute chat. Like, how many trades is this? Not trades, but like, look how I built though, guys. I built hard. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Wow. With the sales, it's about 25. 25 trades, and I lost $4,000. Come on, what are we doing here? Let's stop making things difficult. Let's stop making it technical. What are we doing here, right? Let's stop being our own worst enemies. But I'm bringing this up to show you guys that you understand it happens to us all. Okay, I did get the long now again. Things are back up. Things are nice and strong. So I want to speak to you guys around the next mentality and what the next trade is. I got about 2 more trades left on this, and then I'm kind of moving on. The volatility is cool. It's a nice token to grow my account, but it's not sustainable, right? To go from, I went from 20,000 to 23,000 because I took 3,000 out, back to 19,000, back to 31,000. It's a little bit too volatile for me, right? So I am growing my account, but my losses are also chopping in pretty quickly. So I'm going to use this token a little bit longer, get where I got to get, and then after that, I'm going to basically move to a little bit slower type of thing as well, right? We're all Jimmy. Yes. But guys, again, I put stop losses and I was fine. It was more just a mental irritation of what I was doing. Okay, now I want to clear the charts here quickly to show you the next game plan here of what I am seeing. Okay, so if we take, let's zoom out here quickly. It's crazy that that's all the moves that have just happened here, and we've managed to trade it. Very cool. Okay, so if we take the trends here, let's take the trends in play. That's why we are bouncing, right? Secondary, we broke a big trend, and that's why I took the long. Quite simple. Okay, but what I am seeing here is I'm seeing a possible lower high and a possible another bigger pullback. Why am I saying that? Let's go look at the original trend line. Right now, that might not happen, but I'm going to go through the mentality with you. There's the next major trend. Right, so that's why I took the short. I took the short, remember, for that 300 to 290. But when I gave you guys the update yesterday on the video, I said, guys, I'm going to actually look for 2 shorts here rather than 1 short. Okay, so I'm going to TPI it now. I wasn't actually meant to take the long. This is what I'm saying. It's so crazy how things change when it happens, right? But I'm going to look for the next short. So what I'm looking for next now is this to go up to mid-range. I think we're going to reject, and I actually think we're going to pull back here, and then I think the token's going to go again. Right, so luckily I am in now, and I do get a long opportunity, so that's a little bit of a bonus. I'm only in the long because I'm making back for stupid losses that I gave away, right? But what I'm actually getting prepared for is I will be TPing out around 345, getting completely out the trade, okay? And then I'm looking for the shorts a little bit later. Now, again, this has nothing to do with Bitcoin and other alts. Remember something? This token has been going parabolic over the last couple of days, so it's in its own cycle. So even if the market's tanking, this token can be pumping. If the market's going up, this token can be dumping, right? So this one, I'm not really paying too much attention. I do have Bitcoin in mind, okay, but I got to remember this token's also on its own cycle. It's kind of doing its own thing, right? When you go there and you got that friend that kind of does his own thing, that's the friend, right? That does his own thing. So here we go. You could see 15 more subs to 10K. No, it can't be. I will be very happy if we are 15 subs to 10K. No, it's just 9.5. Come on, guys, sub it up. Sub. Subscribe. As I'll show you here. Look here, I'll show you the subscribe here. I have a tattoo called subscribe. Not subscribe, but subscribe, right? Subscribe to my channel. Get in there. Come on. What are we doing with our lives here? Okay, let's go back. Over here. So that's the play, guys. That's the play. Not predictions. I'm not predicting this is going to the moon. I'm going to take some profits there. And again, if it smashes through, cool, I'll move on. right? I go look at Sol, say, where's the Sol opportunities? Fantastic. And that is it, my friends. Okay, a couple of other tokens I'm paying attention to. I'm buying 𝗬𝗵𝗱 at the moment. I'm loading up for long-term bags, right? I'm buying more 𝗬𝗵. I'm buying more injective. I'm buying more 𝗬𝗵. I'm buying more Illuvium. I'm buying more fetch. I'm buying this token here, zk-Sync. We know them very well, right? zk-Sync is also a part of, Gravity, right? The exchange I was telling you guys to trade on for the airdrop as well. This is a token for me I'm also very bullish on. So shout out zk-Sync. This is a token I'm building. This thing's actually been accumulating very nice. So this is a token I've been loading up. I see the Trump token looks like fun at the moment. So I won't chase this now, but it's like, oh, okay, let's have a look here. Okay, so you're going up. That's cool. Okay, let's put this in. And let's see. You decide to do some of this. It's a short opportunity, right? There was the longs. Okay, so again, these tokens that are moving, I'm kind of putting them on my trading radars right now. Cool, guys. Lots of love. Have a great day. I'll see you tonight. Let's see if I get my ass whipped on gambling tonight. We're gambling tonight. Let's do it. Lots of love. See you guys later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.